You know that feeling when you've been planning a trip for months, dreaming about it, saving for it, getting all excited, and then, suddenly, everything comes crashing down? That's exactly what happened to me last year. I had the perfect getaway planned. A trip to the Caribbean with a few friends, beaches, cocktails, sunsets. It was going to be everything I needed after a stressful few months. We'd already booked flights, booked the hotel, and even rented the cutest little beach house. I couldn't wait. But then, 1 week before our flight, the weather turned. A storm rolled in, and the forecast? It looked like the storm was going to stick around for days, maybe even weeks. I remember sitting there, staring at the weather app on my phone, trying to figure out how this could be real. I mean, this wasn't just a little drizzle, it was a full-on hurricane. Flights were being cancelled left and right. The beach house owner called us and said it wasn't even safe to visit. I was devastated. For a moment, I just froze. I thought, well, maybe we'll wait it out. But as the hours passed, the reality sank in. This was no fluke. The trip was ruined. And then it hit me, the costs. All the money I'd spent on flights, accommodation, excursions, all of it just hanging in the balance, about to slip away. If we cancelled, we were looking at huge penalties. I started panicking. I mean, who wants to throw away a few $1,000s because of something they can't control, right? I did what most people would do in that situation. I Googled everything. What can I do if my trip is ruined by bad weather? How can I get my money back? And in the middle of my panic, I came across something I honestly didn't expect. Travel insurance. At first, I was skeptical. Honestly, I thought travel insurance was something people bought as a form of just in case or a box to check. But after diving into some reviews, talking to a few people who had used it, I started to wonder. Could it really help me? Long story short, thank goodness I took the leap and signed up for a policy with auras.insure. I'll never forget the moment I filed my claim. I was so unsure if it was going to work, but I followed the process, submitted my receipts, the cancelled flight details, and within a few days, I got the email. It was confirmed. I was going to be reimbursed. And not just partially either, everything. The flights, the accommodation, the excursions that we had booked but couldn't go on. It was a lifesaver. And listen, I'm not one of those people who usually trusts life-saving hacks you see online. But in this case, I really felt like this was something I could count on. Auras.insure wasn't some flashy ad. It was just a company that did what it said it would. They didn't overcomplicate things. They didn't promise you the world. They just offered practical help when I needed it the most. So here's my tip. Don't sleep on travel insurance. Seriously. It's the kind of thing you might think, oh, I'll be fine. I'm not going to need it. But when the storm hits, literally and figuratively, it's the one thing that can give you some peace of mind. And it's affordable too. Like, the cost of a couple of meals while traveling. I can't imagine what would have happened if I hadn't had that insurance. I would have been out thousands, not to mention completely stressed out, with no way of getting my money back. And I'll be honest, I felt pretty foolish for not thinking about it earlier, especially when it saved me so much. If you're ever booking a big trip, make sure you check out auras.insure. It's the kind of thing that might seem like an afterthought, but trust me, it's worth it when you need it. So yeah, even though the weather ruined our plans, I am grateful that I had something to fall back on. It turned out that my travel insurance didn't just protect me from the storm, it protected my wallet too. And for that, I'll always be a fan.